In the ancient chambers of Terra's venerable libraries, where forgotten scrolls and dusty tomes harbor whispers from ages past, the concept of a name's might is an echoing theme that defies logic. An archivist's life is one of unearthing the cryptic threads of history, sewing together the fabric of humanity's tales, its triumphs and tribulations. But amidst the chronicles of ages, the power stitched within a name emerges as one of life's most beguiling mysteries. Names are more than mere strings of letters or sounds for those with untrained ears. They're vessels cradling identities, ideals and destinies, harboring the weight of acts noble and nefarious. Throughout the epochs, cultures have swathed names in potency, magic to shape perception, forge unbreakable bonds, and summon the veiled forces of the beyond. Look closer now at the sagas of kings, generals, and dreamers whose names have swelled through time. A name's whisper can conjure visions of magnificence or ignominy, courage or villainy. Names, they're ink on the pages of memory, etched in our collective psyche, preserving the quintessence of those they stand for. In this revelation, the power of names is an unending testimony to the familiar human story, a bridge spanning epochs and civilizations. Yet, venture deeper, into realms beyond the mortal coil, and true names unfurl into a profound epic. In the arcana of the warp and the uncharted dominions beyond, demons and spirits clutch their true names as keys to their very core. To wield a true name is to brandish dominion over these ethereal entities and stir chaos's currents. To utter a true name is to shackle, banish and bend these envoys of another realm to your whim, an unspoken hymn that weaves together language and dominion, a truth that transcends the veils between our plane and theirs. In Terra's vaults, I've uncovered manuscripts and texts, each veiled in the mystic significance of names, from the holy rites of the ecclesiarchy to the clandestine ceremonies of those immersed in the Inquisition. The power held within a name, whether whispered in solemn devotion or invoked in a sorcerous endeavor, reaches out, a spectral hand touching the divine and the warp alike. As I preserve the chronicles of civilizations, their rise and fall akin to constellations, I find myself time and time again returning to the profound realization that a name isn't a mere token. It's a vessel crammed with meaning, a bridge to the past, and a conduit for might. Just as the names of emperors or champions of old continue through time, so does the power within names persist, a force molding destiny, a loom weaving the threads of existence itself. In the archives of philosophical contemplation, few ideas have sunk their hooks into the psyche and beckoned the intellect quite like the enigma of the true name. It's more than just words on a page, more than the mechanics of language. It's a plunge into the core of what it means to exist, be, and linger on the brink of understanding. I find myself inexorably drawn to peel back the layers of this notion. This concept is both arcane and ponderous. It's a rope binding the concrete and the ethereal, a riddle questioning our grasp of the cosmic puzzle. Deep at its marrow, the true name whispers that a moniker isn't just an arbitrary handle or a scribble on parchment. It's a vessel packed with meaning, a reservoir of potent significance. In the mosaic of reality, every single entity, be it frail flesh or immortal essence, carries a name that hums with the very nature of its existence. This name, this thread, isn't just a word. It's a key to unlock the secrets of a being's essence. It unravels its traits, its nature, and even its destiny. The true name dances across the loom of reality, binding the singular to the communal weave of existence. The true name's philosophy paints language as more than just an instrument of chat or report. It's a vessel, a conduit with the bedrock truths of reality. Language isn't just a whisper, it's a symphony of creation, a bridge between thought and matter. The learned ones amongst the Adeptus Astartes, like the Grey Knights, view the true name as a reflection of the warp's hand in the mundane realm, a bridge that allows one to etch their desires into existence. The puzzling correlation between identity and perception lies in the true name's pull. As the true name's weight distills a creature's essence, it also unveils perception's role in spinning one's world. In the warp's depths, perception forges reality's shape, dissolving the boundary between one's story and the world. The creatures within the warp are spun by and spin the threads of sentient minds, a dance of influence mirroring thought and reality. Yet with the true name's sway comes an avalanche of burden, To wield a true name is to seize a fragment of control over the entity it brands, a power that hoists ethical quandaries onto the stage, questions of dominion, intention, the sinews of influence. In the syllables of a name you cradle the destiny of worlds. The true name isn't confined by the shackles of time or the limits of space. It's a glimpse into existence. It beckons me to reflect on the nature of language, perception, and the dance that whirls between the tangible and the transcendent. As I plunge into the musty tomes and dusty scrolls gracing Terra's grand libraries, I strive to unveil the arcane curtain veiling this enigma, a peep into the gears churning behind the warp's wild curtain and the creatures playing on its stormy stage. We must first crack open the warp's essence to determine why these warp entities carry true names like secret charms. It's like a sea of raw thought energy, shaped by the feelings, dreams, and cravings of beings all over the galaxy. A chaotic realm where daydreams and nightmares both stretch their legs. In this tumult, warp's denizens crawl out, molded by the collective energies that shape them. True names get etched on the slate in this primordial brew of thoughts and echoes. Every demon, greater being, or even a force of nature, their essence is like a soup of feelings, wills, and ideas. Their true names aren't just name tags, they're like a piece of psychic crystal, flashing with their core being. In a place where thought is reality and logic takes a sabbatical, these names act like cosmic anchors, pinning the entity's identity in place. But why do these true names have the power to bend reality? The answer's in the language itself. Whether spoken, written, or whispered through psychic whispers, language has a flicker of magic. It's the bridge between what's real and what's not, the sneak peek between a human's thought and the nebulous forces shaping things. Just like how some mutter prayers to channel their wishes, these warp wanderers twist and turn these psychic echoes to bend their reality and push their grip into our physical world. When a person or an entity knows a denizen's true name, they get a slice of power over that entity's soul. A thought or a whisper of the true name is like a cosmic missile, guiding those warp currents, bending them to mold the entity's ideas, puppet their moves, throne, or even reshape what they are. This power tied to true names isn't a secret handshake of sorcery. It's also in the hands of those mysterious Grey Knights and Inquisition, those wielders of the Emperor's will against the warp's chaos. It's like the stars above spilling their light on the night canvas. These true names of warp dwellers spotlight the mystical corners of the immaterial. They're not just some word. They're like cosmic threads spun right into the fabric of the universe. They weave the conscious mind into the grand astral carpet and pull the strings that fashion our reality's strange dance. It is reported from logs buried in the Inquisition's library that during the heresy, a Thousand Sons sorcerer, well versed in the arcane, leashed hundreds of demons to his will by uttering their true names and absorbing their essence. Amidst the thunderous turmoil of the final battle, the summoner steeled himself for the soul-wrenching ordeal ahead. He felt the lash of searing pain with every incantation and uttered syllable that called forth these monstrous entities. His soul was shredded, a macabre symphony of agony and eldritch energy spiraling through his core. The demons emerged from the depths of his psyche, a pandemonium of grotesque forms and twisted energies swarming the battlefield. The heavens wept darkness, and the earth shuddered beneath the onslaught. This infernal torrent, a cataclysmic force, was a sight that even the most battle-hardened could scarcely fathom. Yet for the summoner, the price was beyond reckoning. Each entity unbound drained him, a grim tithe exacted from the wellspring of his vitality. The ritual was an exodus of torment, a deluge of malevolent sensations pouring through him. Undeterred, he pressed on, determination prevailing, even as his essence was frayed. Witness statements reported that the summoner's once mighty posture crumbled, steps faltering like a marionette's whose strings had been cut. The summoning's toll was evident, a toll that he had willingly invited. With one final surge of resolve, he released the last imprisoned demon, its arrival shifting the battle's tide irrevocably. The toll of wielding such unforgiving magic was etched upon him, a testament to his determination. The summoning had chipped away at his very essence, the marks of this infernal confrontation tattooed upon his spirit long after the final demon's banishment. Demons, cryptic entities, and often sinister creatures birthed from the tempestuous abyss of the warp stake out a peculiar spot at the crossroads of metaphysics and mysticism. Their purpose results from the warp's raw, churning emotional thunderstorms, a gift of form and awareness from the ruinous power's capriciousness. It's this vibrant formula. They obtain their true names through this power. The idea of a true name becomes like a holy grail for demons, weaving their very essence into the threads of reality. Their names aren't just haphazard labels, they're the warp's sign for what makes these beings tick. A demon's true name wraps around its nature, mission, and the emotions that gave it birth. In the records of demon lore, it's said that speaking a demon's true name is like putting a leash on it, a trick to wrest control from these moody, slippery spirits. Yanking a demon's chain with its true name is like grabbing a slice of its power and using it to straitjacket the warp's essence. This power plays a significant role in shutting down demons beyond just hacking at them until they eventually dissipate back to the warp. But the true name's not just a power, it's also a twisted tool. Just as it hands out the upper hand over demons, it also hands demons the upper hand over the handholder. Knowing a demon's true name is sending out an invitation, giving the demon a key to your deepest, darkest thoughts. This tug-of-war between control and vulnerability is a reminder that every power play comes with its own version of regicide. It is believed, and to an extent known, that a demon name is not like a myriad of names from those in the Imperium. Instead, they're like echoes of the emotions that birthed these beings, dark and twisted. The Codicium Aeternum, the Sorcerer's Symphony, stands as an ancient and arcane grimoire within the halls of the Inquisition's Mysterium Maleficarum. This mystic tome, a favorite of the Ordo Malleus, is the keystone to their never-ending battle against the chaos-woven minions of the great enemy. The secrets it cradles go deep into the heart of demons, those fever dreams turned flesh, revealing their underbellies and points of vulnerability, a knowledge coveted and dreaded by those who shoulder the burden of eradicating these interdimensional perils. The origins of this tome slumber in the murk of ages, with whispers that it might have been woven across generations in shadows so deep even the darkest corners of history dare not speak its name. Among its delicate pages lie the tales of demon expulsion, their true names inked in careful strokes, a litany whispered to bend these warp-born beasts to one's will. The Codex is no mere book, it's a tomb of power, a cabinet of dominion over the chaos-drenched legions. Its pages aren't just words, they're the architecture of demon eviction, the formula to shove these entities back through the seams of the warp. The rites and songs within are more than ink and parchment. They're the warp's chess moves, weakening, binding, and finally casting these interlopers back from whence they came. The true names of warp entities, manifestations of the chaotic and unpredictable warp, are akin to threads that connect the mortal realm with the unimaginable void. To invoke these names is to beckon cosmic forces that can obliterate sanity, shatter minds, and fracture reality itself. It's a stark reminder of the fragility of the human psyche when confronted with the immeasurable scope of the warp's malevolence. Within this realm of relentless conflict and cosmic horror, the Grey Knight's specialized training becomes paramount. Their ability to harness these true names and wield them as weapons demonstrates the extraordinary courage and discipline demanded by their role as the Imperium's demon hunters. These elite warriors stand on the precipice of insanity, balancing on the edge between comprehension and oblivion as they navigate the treacherous waters of the warp's mysteries. In the cloak of the Inquisition, particularly the whispered chamber of the Ordo Malleus, this power is a sledgehammer swung in the struggle against demonic powers. Etched within their cryptic Codicium Aeternum lies a cacophony of demons' true names, an arsenal not just of defense, but of merciless retaliation. Grey Knights grasp these syllables like hammers, invoking the warp's primal forces to banish demons, sending them spiraling back into the void whence they sprang. The true name also graces the lips of sanctioned psychers, rare souls who weave the tangled tendrils of the warp into psychic symphonies. The fulcrum balances control and chaos, precision amidst the storm. Invoking the true name in their whispers fortifies their minds, bolsters their psychic barricades against the warp's ravenous tug. The Grey Knights, however, take center stage, These space marines transformed into spectral hunters of demonic prey. Armed with not just steel but the knowledge of true names, they become avatars of the Imperium's wrath. But let's not forget that learning is never free. The true names call opens doors to power and peril. The demon's name is the demon's essence, an intimate invitation to mischief in the minds of the unprepared. Their power is so great, they have managed to banish the likes of the grim traitor Mortarion on occasion. Kaldor Drago, the Grand Master of the Grey Knights, used the true name of Mortarion to banish him back to the warp, but not before ripping open the demon Primarch's ribcage and carving the name of Linus Geroniton, his friend, into the traitor's foul heart. Where the ebb and flow of the warp's tides entwine with the threads of lives, a curious phenomenon blooms, that perhaps all those touched by the warp and birthed from it have a true name. The warp, that tempestuous storm of psychic energy, doesn't just shape destinies, it shapes names too. Those ensnared by its currents, whether by birthright or by exposure, find more than just their fates altered. Their names change, evolving into whispers that breathe their essence and connection to the otherworldly, into reality. In some instances, the names woven into these souls are a testament to allegiance and faith. Heroes of the Imperium, mighty space marines, or mere mortals carry names as banners, symbols of honor, bravery, and an undying oath to the Emperor. Their names echo like war drums, rallying cries that stir hearts on battlefields and kindle hope in those who witness their valor. But the warp's touch is rarely divine. It can be a caress that curdles into darkness. Those ensnared by its tendrils, and those who dare the forbidden dalliances with chaos, are souls reborn with names resonating malevolence. Demon princes, sorcerers' names drip with chaos, molten essences of the ruinous powers they kneel to. Their names aren't just sounds, they're torrents that ripple across the warp, altering destinies and twisting realities. To name those kissed by the warp is no mere custom. It's a ripple, a whisper echoing the universe's deeper currents. Names aren't mere labels, they're conduits for might, bridges to the warp's surging maelstrom. For some, these names are beacons, drawing on the Emperor's guiding light, tethering them to the Astronomicon's glow. For others, they're conduits to chaos, a torrential stream connecting them to the warp's maddening energies, birthing searing phenomena in their wake. It is not just the knights who wield or seek the true names of foes. The King in Yellow, the mysterious figure it is believed by agents of the Inquisition, has sought out the Emperor's true name, for what purpose we can only fathom. To think of this Yellow King's journey, clutch the threads of the Emperor's name. The Emperor, deity and guide, embodies fervor and hope. His name is a sacred flame, an emblem of authority. The King's unyielding quest to unveil it stirs unease, sparking apprehension. This true name isn't mere words, it's power, a key to miracles or cataclysm. Its knowledge hints at dominion over the Imperium's essence, mastery over denizens, the warp's loom, or reality's foundations, all tempting. The chaos this secret could unleash is unfathomable. The King's odyssey spans stars and stormy Immaterium tides. He weaves perilous notes from Black Library's pages to Sicarus's ruins and the Sorcerer's planet. Shrouded and enigmatic, he seeks a key to dominion over the Imperium's architect. The utterance of such a name isn't just words, it's a metaphysical chord, resonating through the veils that separate reality from the stormy realm of the Immaterium. Yet to wrangle the might of a true name isn't for the faint-hearted. It's more than knowledge, it's a dance of wills, a tightrope walk above the pit of chaos. The one who wields a true name isn't just anyone, they're a psychic blacksmith forging mind and intent. It's a forge stoked with unyielding conviction, a mind able to navigate the mental maelstrom of the Immaterium. Picture this, mind as both ship and sail, steering through thoughts that can twist fate and birth reality. But remember, it's like grasping a hornet by its wings. A misstep could spill you into madness, or worse, lure the warp's darklings out to play. The power to harness a true name is knotted with the thread of psychic mastery, a talent honed by folks like Adeptus Astartes librarians or the Imperial astropaths. They're more than psychics, they're conductors through the chaos. After years of sweat and tears, they're rock-steady pillars for wielding immense power without being yanked into the chaotic abyss. Even then, it's holding an electrical storm in your hands. Speaking a true name ripples through the Immaterium, broadcasting an open invitation to things that itch for a psychic tug-of-war. The one who uses a true name is like a lighthouse, steadying themselves against the chaotic waves of the warp, refusing to be dragged into its abyss. So, think of it like this. A true name is a bridge, and the one who wields it is a traveler of unfathomable roads, a conductor of symphonies written in thought and intention. It's a brave plunge into the abyss of the warp's mysteries, a dance with the devils that wait beyond the curtain of reality. A journey where awe and calamity intermingle, where the power to mold reality comes at the cost of grappling with the wild chaos that gnashes just outside our world's door. As the curtains fall on our expedition into the arcane realm of names, it's time to sit back and absorb the eerie truths we've uncovered on our journey through history's haunted corridors and the endless twists of the Immaterium. Names might look like simple tags, but they're the skeleton keys to unlock the secrets of who we are, how we move the world, and the fabric of existence itself. Time's been around the block, and so have names. They're like little bottles, holding the essence of folks, things, and even cosmic mayhem. These little monikers can warp how we see things, hitching reality to perception and sewing together the very threads that hold up our universe. From the babbled incantations of hooded wizards to the cosmic hum of planets, a name is a drumbeat echoing across time, making the ordinary and the outlandish. Our path's been twisted and crooked, marching alongside heroes and shadows, pouring through dusty tomes that have more secrets than a graveyard at midnight. In each tale, we've had a front row seat to what happens when you whisper the true name, a passcode that goes beyond mere letters and starts tangoing with fate. So, as we shuffle out of this darkened room, let's tuck this newfound knowledge into our pockets like a charm against the unknown. When we talk, let's not forget that the names we drop aren't just a string of sounds, they're the hands that pull the strings of existence. So keep those lips sharp, because with every word, we're carving our own mark on the shadowy tapestry that wraps us all in its embrace.